What the jack is, everybody? Gender here, back at it with episode 25 of the 2026 progression series. It has been a bit of a mess this last week. I have been maxed out by moving house. My new place was an hour away from my old place, and it was wild. It was just 5 days of just non-stop maximum effort, and I barely did all my bosses. Didn't train pretty much at all. My duo partner was adding me for not doing my 100k kills, but hey, I got them done. But look, a week is done, and I did get some gains. So let's go over everything. I've had to combine this episode with the Erel Prog, so we'll do Erel first. So anyone who is keen for the Erel, it's going to be pretty much first up after we get through the account overview. But I think with that, let's just dive right into it. Alrighty, so the guild has leveled to 23, 2 more levels until we get some extra attack, which is quite nice, making steady progress. And so the recap of last week, so we were ambitious last week, rather ambitious. We got to farm 17 hours, get 6,650,000 kills, I can say numbers properly, make a bunch of videos, try the PTS. I didn't even log into the PTS. Like, I wasted my invite. I'm an awful player. I did manage to do some honor stuff for the Erel, but the Wild Hunter got fuck all. And let's talk about the plan for next week. So the biggest ones for next week is Star Force on Sunday, so we'll go over the gains next. But so far, nothing has really been planned outside of the usual bosses. There's like this is the week here. Nothing really crazy is happening. Oh, it's this week here. Actually, what am I talking about? This patch, this is when we'll get the updates. This is the last week before the next update. I completely forgot. Reminds me, I have to make sure I finish Altea Saga Season 1. Anyway, the main objectives, I guess, is try and clear easy adversary on the Erel, even though I've never cleared that boss ever, so I'm looking forward to that boss maxing me out, even though I am way above spec. And then I have a bunch of videos in the chamber to try and make. I have a bunch ready to go with the hero Sitani vids. Still got to make that. I'll try and record it and see if I can get that done this week. I've got some bigger topics that require some information gathering and research. Is the building income, and then talking about monetization in heroic. And then, of course, Kinesis plans and patch review. I know the preview came out. I haven't done a looky-loo on that, but I'll probably wait until the patch notes come out to determine both my patch review and, of course, the Kinesis plans. Because I'm low-key, I think there's going to be a pass for the Kinesis, but it wasn't showcased in the PTS. So some people have been making their Kinesis already because you can just hyperburn a pre-made one already, which gives you the chance of being able to add like arcane or abso boxes onto it. I'm not making my Kinesis because I haven't gotten any abso Kinesis or abso or arcane boxes on my Erel to actually even transfer. So I'm just going to wait until patch notes to get confirmation. Alrighty, so the Star Force plans on Sunday, they haven't really changed. Also, I will probably won't have this. I might have this much money. I might. The Wild Hunter didn't get any Twilight marks, so I'm not even sure I'll be even starring on it. And of course, the Hider is going to be up, and the Hero is going to be up. As for the Erel, I'm not going to have 35 bill. I'm going to have like 15. So I didn't farm. Oh boy. Hey, we'll see what happens. We'll take it day by day. And so this is still the plan for Star Forcing on Sunday. All right, quick overview of the characters, and the Erel is now 282, and the Blast is 276. Big gains for those two. And quick insight to some Chrono spending. Table's getting a little long. We had 6.2 from last week, managed to get the full 62 bill from this week, and we spent 19 bill, and I think this was a bunch of cubing. I think we cubed the Hero and cubed Dawn Warrior. I should also write it here, cubed Hero and Dawn Warrior. I'm not sure what else I did on it, but they're the two big ones. Alrighty, now for Legion Champion, something changed. I did try and do hard Saren on the Blaster, but maxed out, but it should be quite achievable, even though it should be, like, with how overspec the Blaster is, like, I should have done this ages ago. And then a quick insight to how lucky I was this week for drops. I managed to get a second Mitras on the Ren, The Kana got a Zerk and another CF. Oh, this is from last week? No, this is from this week. It was just a Berserk on the Kana and that was it. And then a Mitras. This is all from the week before. All right, cool. Let's move on. All right, as for characters, as promised, we'll do the Erel first. The Erel you see here gained 50 mil CP. No, it was more the fact that I had rentals on this time. You can actually see its range with rentals. So the challenge overview, we did clear easy Kalos. I didn't record it because it wasn't nothing special. It was an over spec clear with like 10 minutes, and like I'm not confident in my mechanics with Kalos, so it was just me dying to random bullshit and then just trying to kill it before it killed me. It wasn't pretty, but it was just saving burst to clear it, and like look, it clears a clear, and we are either 2 levels away from hitting Challenger, or I got to clear one of these 2 guys, and then boom, we're there. Because hey, pretty exciting, which we only get clout and rewards for it. Like there's like cosmetics, not much else. All right, as for the range, so we are sitting at 156 mil CP. We have about 1.5 more weeks on getting max Arcane Force, and then you can see Sack is coming along nicely. No real changes to Hexa because I didn't do much farming, but we did raise Spear of Lu up 3 levels, which is kind of nice. And then as for the gear, the only thing that was changed here is this ring. This is like a 24% stat ring. It was an old Meso gear piece of item that I don't need anymore. Used some free cubes on it, and I managed to roll 24% on it. Managed to get a Golix ring as well. I think I got it listed down here somewhere. Got a Golix ring. And then this is the new inner ability. So we managed to get best in slot for Erel when it does leap over. We are just missing 1% damage on targets with abnormal status. Cool. As for any other drops, we did manage to get a 10% drop rate, fam. This is a pretty big endgame familiar, if you don't know. Once you reach the peak of endgame and you get a raw EXP ring, you have to drop a ring, which means you need to source either 20% Meso obtain or 20% item drop rate from these fams here. So just need to get one more item drop rate and I'll be maxed out. And of course, because I don't have max drop rate gear, this actually helps my gear. I'm now sitting at 190 for drop gear, and I could wear this when training and I could get 170 drop rate, which is, hey, kind of nice. But the biggest high roll of the Erel week is winning a giveaway. Shout out to Dookie in the Dookieverse. Managed to high roll the fuck out of a crazy giveaway by Hunter. You just did a random $1,000 giveaway, and I put in my vote. And I got the last one. So that's absolutely insane. Big shout out to Hunter, Dookie, and I think Sam was the entire reason why that giveaway started. So shout out to them. And then you can see how much I didn't farm, as this is slowly going up and up. And of course, the easy Kalos clear, managing to get the second last tier of item burning, hence why this is such a big increase. I think I went from like 140 to like 156. So some decent gains. Should see some decent gains going forward with the Star Force. I may throw a Star Force scroll onto this thing now that I have more points. Where is it? I have 4k points. I might buy a 3k scroll. I think they're 3k. And then throw that onto this, get a 17 stars, and then just star up one, and boom. It's like I can save money on it and then use the rest on actually making some gains. So I may focus on the slime ring or the KT, as that'll be actual gains. But we'll see. As for inventory, do I have inventory here? Didn't you got inventory? Oh, that's awkward. But I think I have like 1 or 2 more daybreaks and 1 or 2 slime rings, so I could do some tapping on those items. And then I've got the July thing down there, so we are sitting at this week here. Actually, we are sitting at that week. So this is 6 tokens, and then after the patch, we'll get our Eternal Hat, which will be very exciting. All right, so that does it for the Erel games. Week 4 was much slower, but progress is going to slow down dramatically for the Erel. I just realized this is very squished, but hey, we get the sidebar. That's all that matters. But yes, that's the Erel prog for this week. Let's go back to the top and start from the Ren, and we'll go over gains made. So I think the Ren didn't make much gains. It's more just showcasing that. I think this is from event stats. the crazy EXP it's getting. This is all from dailies. This is crazy. So we were what? We're 89.4. Last week we're sitting at 75. So that's what, 14% a week just through dailies? That's insane. That's crazy. Yeah, the Ren's looking decent. We're now sitting at 260 pitched crystals, so I could buy a map and a Zerg, but I'm gonna hold and save for that badge. We are what, another 130 to go to get that badge. I think it's 130. Yes, I think 260 is enough to buy an emblem, but I don't need that because I got another one to drop. And you can see, these look. I got 7 black cubes or 7 bright cubes from Mystic Frontier. I used them all, and on the last 3, I managed to not only tear it up to legendary, but also get this crazy potential. So this is one for the Hall of Fame that I get to show off for some clout. I got some skull emojis and some fire emojis, so I'm pretty set for life now. Managed to clear Kalos again. 1 more month until we can buy our first eternal piece on the Ren, and the forever next up. Adversary and Culling. We'll get to those eventually. That's the Ren gains for this week. Let's blitz through as the Erel is still sitting. Erel needs some love. It's just been slowly, it's not even doing dailies at this point. It's just doing weeklies. It's just a boss mill at this point. But I will return to finish off its symbols soon. But it is, yeah, it is maximum chilling. No, it got gained like 2 arcanes and a daybreak this week. But it is waiting till it gets some love on a Star Force day to actually see some significant gains. But right now, this is where it is at. The blaster is slowly and surely making some steady progress. It is now level 276. Didn't get much from the EXP event because of I just couldn't farm. But it gained some slight stats from Hexa. Not Hexa, what am I talking about? From the event stats. But the biggest takeaway this week is that it did in fact get a real Raw 4 from a box. So now it has a Cont 4 and a Raw 4, which is huge. I am still trying to get a usable hotline on the Mitras. And I am, what, 7 weeks away from being able to just get to 6 set straight away and then 7 set with Blackheart, which is kind of nice of having the blast the prog so much. All right, nice and quick. Let's get back into the Hayato. Hayato made no gains. I don't know why. It just made 0 gains this week, even though event stat should have boosted it up. But it is waiting for Star Force this week. They should get a pretty good stimmy this week. I'm not sure how much I want to go into it because the ET could go up as well. But it's probably just going to be focusing on what I laid out in the Star Force things. Mainly the pendants need some love. And I may take everything to 22 star, but we'll see how lucky it gets because it has a spare ET, has a couple of spare Zerks. So we'll see how lucky this thing gets and go from there. Next up, the Kana somehow lost some range, so that's interesting. But the Kana is in a prime position because it did get a Zerk. It can... Did I list it here? I'm pretty sure this thing can... I listed here we go. I can go 5 set pitch, 2 set dawn, 4 set Golix. So it can be Zerk or Sauce because it already has the Zerk, and then plus a Mitras to get the 5 set, and then because the 6 set pitched is only IED, and so I could go 7 set with the Blackheart, but it doesn't really need that level of power. It's not a Legion champion yet. It won't be until like slot 6 comes out because the Erel will take slot 5. So I'll probably just cap it at 5 set. And it has, because it has the Legacy badge, the Genesis badge doesn't do that much work on them. But regardless, because it has a Zerk already, I will probably just like hoard these like until, whoops, I'll just hoard these crystals until something, I can make a more informed decision. So yeah, but it has a lot of, it's a pretty good set of pitchies. We already have a CFV and a Dream Ballad, so this thing can easily go beyond break Golix set, and the Kana is a high roller. Alrighty, it was Shade's first big week libbing. Well, it's been libbed. It was its first week doing bosses with its new CP at 130 mil, and yeah, you can see down here, boss is now Yeah, bosses took around 38 minutes, which is crazy work. It's so much faster now, and I'm loving the speed. So we could probably get to 30 minutes or sub 30 minute if I take everything to 22 star and I transition to 22 star arcanes. Yeah, this is now on basically quote unquote done. Basically just need a raw 4, and eventually once it hits 275, gets to 200 sack, you can kind of get there. It's kind of like when I get around 200, 250 sack, I can start doing Heart Serenade, try and fish for a Matras. Matras is its next like major upgrade, but it does need to be 275. And of course, it'll be the next one on the block to get a Plasma Heart, maybe, because it's a long list because of how slack I've been. I need to upgrade a bunch of users from a Fairy Heart to a Plasma Heart. But yeah, that is the Shade. Shade is doing well. Alrighty, time for one of the biggest winners of the week, and that is the Dawn Warrior. Dawn Warrior liberated and got a fat 32 mil increase due to its weapon. Managed to get a decent fake tree line with a decent flame, and then we're now sitting basically identical range with the Shade, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I didn't time because of this week. I will time how long this takes, but I'm expecting it to also clear in roughly 38 minutes, which is pretty nice. You can see the old arcane weapon there. And yeah, this is the Dawn Warrior. The Dawn Warrior is now also in the same position. We'll eventually get this to 275, eventually start clearing hearts there, and eventually get that Matras. But it's currently chilling in this current spot, as its gains will wait until I have my Legion Champions and main in a decent spot. Yeah, W gains on the Dawn Warrior. Alrighty, the Lin has once again lost range, and now sitting at 85 mil as the Black Heart did expire, as I'm only using this rare Lydium Heart. But hey, that's okay, and it will be living soon. I think it's like 2 weeks away. Basically, patch week. Assuming I can clear Black Mage, it will live, which is kind of nice. And not much to report on the Lin, as it's in maintenance mode. But it will eventually reach that lib state and probably match the Wild Hunter, match the Dawn Warrior and Shade in terms of CP. Probably the next target for that Fairy Heart. I know we get a Fairy Heart in the daily check-in tracker. The Lin will probably get the next Fairy Heart. Slowly and surely have all my mules have a Fairy Heart minimum. Alright, cool. W gains on the Lin. Now for the Wild Hunter lost, I gained some range, which is kind of nice. It's still relying on rental gear for that Twilight mark because none dropped, which is a little sad, but it's still on pace to meet its end of August liberation date. But yeah, not much to report on the Wild Hunter. It's clearing at its usual speed, and yeah, that's it. I could honestly take some money and fix some of the pots. You can see some are still 24%. This hat's still 21%, but that is for a later date. Not in a rush to do anything of the sort. All right, as for the Demon Slayer, and second last on the list, it gained a little bit of range. I don't know, just phantom CP gain, but look, it doesn't really make a difference. It's effectively clearing at the same speed, but no changes to the Demon Slayer. It's still chilling. At the same spot, still has the same liberation date as the Wild Hunter, but yeah, nothing to report on this, as it's in a decent state. All right, final one who did make some gains for the week, and that is despite losing 20 mil, that was because I recorded this without rentals, but this is where the hero is standing, 71 mil. I think this is 24% the Black Beam mark. I forgot to actually change it. I'll do that next week. But it is wearing a 0-star Twilight and a 0-star Daybreak, and then the Superior Pendant. I did transfer the 21-star Dom that I had last week into this pendant. Now it's 20 stars, so I'll get this to 21 stars on Star Force. I'll just safeguard it. And then I want to tap the Sub Pendant and the Twilight Marks, the Daybreak, and the Slime Ring, all to 21 stars. So we have some spares to work with, and of course, this hero will liberate mid-September. I think it's right before Rider Landing ends. Cool. So that does it for the absolute W gains for the week. Of course, did Erel first. And then the Kinesis will be very soon. So we have absolutely nothing here so far. I don't know why I got the 27th here. This should be the 22nd. for a cheeky day 0. I'm not sure how crazy I want to go with the Kinesis, because it's just going to be a Satini boss mill, but it's going to get the juice of 2 months of Challenger World, so I can see how far I can take it, but it's only going to get dailies. So we'll see what happens with the Kinesis. But yeah, that does it for this week. As always, thank you all for watching. Again, I apologize for such lack of content this week. This move was diabolical, but hey, it's all done. I'm getting settled into my new place. It's a much better place, and I'm looking forward to actually working on some content now. Yes, as always, thank you for watching. Have a jucking good day. I'll catch you all in the next one.